What's he doing? Can you sit, toy? Can you sit? Oh, sit. Sit. You got it. Yeah! Good boy. Oh!
This is the story of a tiny puppy named Turbo, a little chihuahua who turned a life on wheels into a real adventure, and from the very first moment I saw him, I knew he was special.
Oh, there it is. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. Ready?
Turbo was only 6 weeks old when he came into the veterinary clinic where I worked, impossibly small, funny, and cute, the kind of puppy you instantly fall in love with. His owner couldn't care for him anymore, and the other puppies were rough with him, often picking on poor Turbo. He was born without the use of his front legs. But what he lacked physically, he made up for with pure determination. During the first 2 weeks, I tried everything to help him move, even using tiny pieces of rice to encourage him to balance and try pushing himself forward on his hind legs. Turbo never complained and never gave up, even though the challenge in front of him was enormous. Most companies refused to make wheelchairs for dogs as small as Turbo, saying he was too young and should wait until he was 6 to 8 months old, but I didn't want to wait. He needed to learn how to move, explore, and feel independent right away, so I decided to build carts myself. The first one was literally made from a toy helicopter, and we experimented with different designs, adjusting and rebuilding until something finally felt right. Turbo wasn't shy at all. He would sit in his little cart and look at me as if asking,
Ruby, what are you guys doing?
"What is this thing, and what do you want me to do with it?" At first, he didn't understand the purpose, but his story started to spread. And soon an aeronautical engineer from San Diego heard about him and offered to design a better cart, complete with rollerblade wheels. He sent us the design, and even though it was never mass-produced, it completely changed Turbo's life. Then one evening, just as it was getting dark, I took another dog named Bo for a walk, not realizing that this moment would change everything. As soon as Turbo saw Bo moving ahead, something clicked. Turbo took off after him, racing forward with excitement, and in that instant, he understood that he wasn't different from other dogs. From that day on, he zoomed around in his cart like he'd been doing it forever, no hesitation, no fear, just pure freedom. Today, Turbo does everything other dogs do. He jumps on the couch, plays non-stop, and lives like a real puppy. His personality is strong, confident, and independent, and sometimes it feels like he's the one putting me in my place when he doesn't like something. A year later, another puppy named Ruby came into our lives, also missing front legs, and we used the same cart design for him.
I hunger. Why do you starve me?
From the very first day, Turbo and Ruby became inseparable, as if they instantly understood each other and knew they were special in their own way. Now they play together constantly, even tug-of-war on 2 legs, and it's one of the sweetest things you can imagine.
What's he doing?
Turbo inspires me every single day. This tiny chihuahua, who could have been given up on, has become a full, happy dog, and sometimes we forget he only has 2 legs because he lives such a complete life. If you enjoyed the story of little Turbo, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and remember, before bringing any exotic or special needs pet into your home, always consult professionals and research their care so you can give them the happy, healthy life they truly deserve.
Oh no, thank you. I'm snoozing.
But it's 10 o'clock.
I actually don't care what time it is.
Now for the next story.
This is the story of Brody, a gentle, drooling, endlessly kind Saint Bernard who didn't just find a friend, but discovered a true kindred spirit in an elderly neighbor named Sally, and how their quiet connection became something that changed both of their lives forever. When Brody first came into our home, he was barely more than a fluffy bundle of fur with oversized paws and soft, thoughtful eyes that seemed to carry more emotion than a puppy should have. He grew quickly, filling out into the massive dog everyone noticed, but he never lost that calm sweetness that made people trust him instantly. Still, no one could have guessed that his most meaningful bond would form with Sally. One morning, without anyone guiding him, Brody wandered over to the open door of her house and sat there as if he had an appointment he didn't want to miss. Sally opened the door, surprised to see a small puppy sitting patiently on her doorstep, looking up at her with complete trust. They stared at each other for a long moment, and something unspoken passed between them. Brody didn't bark or move, and Sally didn't speak at first either. She just smiled, and that silent understanding became the foundation of their friendship. From that day on, Brody visited Sally daily, almost like it was his job. He would sit beside her while she watched her favorite weather programs, follow her slowly through the garden as she cared for her plants, and wait faithfully by her window whenever she was out of sight. Sally had a habit of feeding him bread, not treats or meat, just simple pieces of bread broken gently from her hands, and for some reason Brody refused everything else. She would toss the pieces into the air and laugh as he jumped to catch them, moving with a surprising lightness for such a large dog. He walked with her to church, stood guard during quiet neighborhood strolls, and rested beside her whenever she sat down, never demanding attention, just offering presence. Their friendship was calm and deep, built on routine, trust, and companionship rather than excitement or noise. Then one day, Sally's health began to fail, and she was moved into a nursing home. Brody sensed the change immediately. He went to her house each morning, sat on the doorstep, and waited, staring at the door and the window as if expecting her to appear any second. Days passed, then weeks, and she never came. There was no bread, no gentle voice, no familiar hands, and Brody's expression slowly changed from hopeful to quietly heartbroken. He wasn't sad in a dramatic way, just distant, thoughtful, and longing, and watching him like that made it impossible for us to do nothing. So we decided that their story wasn't finished yet. Once a week, we put Brody into the car and drove him to see Sally. The first time he walked into the nursing home, it was as if he already knew exactly where he belonged. He moved confidently down the hallway, entered her room, and lay down at her feet without hesitation. Sally's hands were weaker now, so she stroked his back gently with her foot, and Brody didn't move an inch. They stayed like that for a long time, quiet and still, sharing a silence filled with memories, comfort, and love. Even if Brody could speak, he probably wouldn't have said anything, because words weren't needed. Their bond lived in that silence, in the calm moments where nothing had to be explained. Some kinds of happiness don't need noise, promises, or speeches, they simply exist. If you enjoyed Brody and Sally's story, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more touching and inspiring stories. And remember, before bringing any animal into your home, always consult experts and research their needs so you can give them the healthy, loving life they truly deserve.